Right then, people, back inside the building. Trickstar Radio. I hope everyone is enjoying the show as much as we are. We're having a great time in the studio this morning. Frankie Stew and Harvey Gunn join us as we talk through this brand new album project, Handled with Care. We're doing a full live listen. That one going by the name of Save My Soul. And we had a pretty sort of unanimous, semi-unanimous sort of feeling in the room that's definitely one of the stronger tunes on the project.
Yes, it's my favourite, definitely. I think the same for Harv, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's I think we pushed our bounds a bit with that one. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit different for us. It's a different speed. It's like 70 or something.
Yeah.
It was a real fun one to produce. It took a bit of time. Like we kept kind of adding to it, and yeah, I love it. And so I've got to shout out to Mwecha on the backing vocals.
Yeah, I was going to say the backing vocals are exceptional.
Yeah. This is it. We didn't have them on the tune until right at the very end. So you know when you think something's finished, it was kind of like a 7 out of 10, and then when you put them on it, it just takes it to a whole another level,
entirely different plateau.
And it was only till that was done it made you realise, whoa, that should have been on it the whole time. Definitely.
So I quite like sometimes for choruses, like instead of building, like really stripping back. Yeah. So like for the original chorus, it was like just really stripped back with that sample, the Julie Burns sample, the guitar, and the singing, and then thanks to like, no, we need to put more in it, and Rob was like, we need to put more in it. I was like, well, I was a bit like, I didn't really want to in it, but then we did it, and yeah, it was sick.
Rob always wants to put more in it, man.
It's hard to imagine it without it now.
100%.
It feel empty in a weird way.
And I saved that strip back for right at the end in it, because I just loved that sample. I wanted to have a bit of the track where it just ran out.
I've noticed that on a few of the ones. Yeah, you'll do it on leave the outro and sort of let the beat breathe a little bit before you go into the next one. I was wondering if that was just like you flexing or give yourself a bit of time at the live shows, or
just trying to flex the boot without Frankie talking all over it.
I mean, speaking of Frankie talking, as was just put, we've been kind of listening through it, and we were just saying, you seem to speak things into existence to an extent with these albums. Like, what are you going to speak into existence next?
I don't know, something good, some good news hopefully. But yeah, it's very, very weird. A similar thing with breathing exercises we found. I think it's like they do say though, don't they? If you kind of say things out loud or you write them down, they're a lot more likely to happen.
They exist from that point onwards.
Put it into the universe.
Exactly that. They must, they're things that are in your head, innit? So they exist out there, and when you put them into the real world, man, they come back.
It's really, really mad. I could end up spinning around for days and weeks on end thinking.
It's kind of scary.
It's very, very scary.
As long as you keep it positive, and we'll.
You haven't listened to our music, though, man.
I was going to say, going back to this one though, saying it is a time capsule of the time. I think when you listen back, it does actually like exude some positivity you wouldn't necessarily expect.
For sure. No, it's emotional, but like
as well.
It's 100%. Yeah, I like to think that like it's deep, but it's not negative. None of it's negative.
No, never.
And you might anyone that kind of thinks it's deep, that's only because it's kind of triggered you. Made you think like
they're not necessarily accustomed to like that level of introspection or something. But no, I think it's perfectly. I think the contrast between your tone of voice, like being slightly melancholy or stripped back, and then with that uplifting concept and tone, and it comes together very nice.
Thank you, man.
We always look forward to a Frankie and Harvey project. It's one of those ones when we're doing the playlisting each week where we're sort of like, okay, cool, we know they've got a project. We're like scanning New Music Friday to see one. And this next tune was one that I was absolutely loving. This especially with the music video side of things. It goes by the name of Emotions Dancing. Talk to me about this tune, because this for me is the highlight of the album for me.
Okay, cool.
I love that, man. I love that. It might be. I might go back on my words. This might be my favourite as well, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I love it. This is the first song we made.
Okay.
This is the first single.
I had a funny feeling that would be the case.
It was a very mad time, like the end of the summer, in regards to a lot of political stuff going on, and I just felt like there was a lot of anger. Do you know what I mean? That just got let out. Frankie went in.
Thanks, mate. It's weird because it's not really like a song structure as well. It's just like a loop, and there's no chorus, and I just bar throughout the whole thing. It almost would have been a good introduction to the project as well. But love this one, man.
How fun was the video?
Oh, fun. Very hard work. Really hard work. I got soaked, man.
If you haven't seen the video for this tune, do go and check it out. I think, Frank, you get put through your paces a little bit.
Yes. We had a running machine, thankfully, with no electricity, and it was hard work. It took a lot of practice getting ready for that day, but it was good fun.
Yeah, it was good fun. They always are the videos.
Yeah, I mean, just to dive into it a bit conceptually, I remember watching it and going, it's a one shot kind of thing. And sometimes when you see one shots, you sort of kind of go, well, you're just doing that, so it's not as big a deal. But that, to me, the kind of choreography and is it synchronicity, Duke? You'll correct me on that. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Synchronicity. Right. How do I not know that? But yeah, the synchronicity of obviously the stuff kind of flying in and the rain starting and stuff. How did you get rain inside?
Oh, one of our boys actually built a rain machine. You build like a big.
That's the title for the video right there. But
a big kind of like gazebo shaped thing with wood. You get a hose pipe, tie it round in like a spiral. This is going to be weird, and you might want to be able to picture it without listening to it on the radio and not seeing my hands. But you build the hose in a circle spiral like this, and you poke holes in the top of the hose. So when you turn the tap on, it all shoots up because you can only get rain to look like rain if it goes up and then comes down. It can't spray straight down, then it looks like a hose.
Falling effect.
So it's shooting up, and that was just kind of built over me while I was on the running machine.
You never think about these things, do you? You just just press the button. But no, there's construction going on.
Shouts to Jacob and Alf for building that, man.
And it was me next to Frank. I was like lying down on the floor, passing him all the props. So that was me.
You know what? I'd love to have seen it behind the scenes. Just as like another camera just filming everything from the side.
Yeah, it was wild. To be fair, it was wild. Real DIY project.
I love it.
That's what I like to do it.
Yeah, I love it though. It's a great video. If you haven't checked out the video, please make sure you do. You won't regret it. Trust me. It goes by the name of Emotions Dancing, and again, just on the actual track level, I love this one. It's just in the sort of construction, again, the lyricism that's involved. It's a very beautifully composed tune, and I believe did we have this one on playlist? Were we in when this was?
No, I don't think this one was.
I don't think we're actually in the studio when this one landed.
No, because I was a bit of a latecomer to this one, and it might be one of my faves as well.
Yeah,
appreciate that.
There we go. I'm loving doing this. This is great fun running through these. This one goes by the name of Emotions Dancing. Frank and Harv are in the building. We're live on Trickstar Radio. It's Fresh Fridays. Make sure you're sticking around, my friends, and don't go anywhere. There's still plenty more to come. Oh yes. So looking kind of forward then. Moving into, I believe we're into the second half of the project now. Like when you're constructing a project, I think earlier on, I can't remember if it was on mic or off mic this, but we were discussing kind of how you put the projects together. You kind of decide the order almost as you go.
It was off mic.
That was off mic. So you kind of decide the order off you go. Why do you think that is?
I think it's just the way we work. Like we kind of take the project. I don't know if this sounds obvious or like it's weird, but we just take the project track by track. Like we don't make loads of tracks and then pick a project out of them. We make a few and we're like, right, now we're in album mode.
Yeah.
Everything that we make, if it gets made, we decide pretty much then and there if it's going to get cut. And if it goes, gets cut onto the album, then we'll put it into the list and we keep building it until we hit as many as we need. Yeah. But we don't like.
There's not an empty bin somewhere with a load of like archives.
No, we don't really. Not at all. We don't really throw away anything. If it's more like we'll be halfway through the track, and if it doesn't have the feeling like it's gonna be worthy of being on an album, then it gets kind of gets chucked in the bin before it's finished. We'll never have a folder of finished tunes that never made the cut.
Yeah,
kind of release everything we make. Weirdly.
Yeah, we do. We literally do. And if it's
like that.
If it's not good enough to get released, then it doesn't get made.
Yeah, it's quite interesting though, because that speaks to you guys knowing yourselves and knowing what works for you and what will ultimately fit with where the journey and direction you're trying to go.
Yeah.
How do you know? Like, what's the thing? Is it just that there's no spark, or?
If I find it hard to write sometimes, because if something clicks, I could write it.
Yeah,
not in a gassy way, but quite pretty easily, and pretty quickly.
Yeah,
and if sometimes you can have natural kind of like writing block walls, but if they last for more than like an hour or so, then it's just says to me that it's not worth writing to, and that's no disrespect to Harv. It's the same with me writing. Sometimes I might write a lyric, and if it doesn't impress Harv or make his ears prick up straight away, then it's like then it wasn't the right thing to say on that track, you know.
Speaking of the writing lyrics, I did say off air that this one you had a bit of a different steez going into it, and you said this was the first one you recorded, so perhaps there was a bit of festering energy that you needed to get off?
Yeah, for
when
sure.
recorded this one.
Just hadn't written in a few months or so, and it was like I wanted to come back with the first time I wrote something. I wanted to kind of get some stuff off my chest.
That's it, yeah. And obviously, yeah, you was talking your ish, but I just wanted to ask, with the sort of laid back, stripped back style, you wouldn't necessarily associate that with the more antagonistic side of hip hop or rap. I just wanted to know, like, how sharp is your competitive edge? Is that still something you think about? Like, I've heard you talk about before, comparing lyrics and stuff. Is that something you're still conscious of, or?
Yeah, for sure. To be fair with you, yeah, I'm very competitive.
You're still listening to the others and seeing.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's the worst thing you could do is go down the like comparison hole, because I can't see it bringing anything but like negativity to yourself. But I'm still very aware of what's happening, and I do write a lot, and I'm a very like competitive person, to be honest. I like to stay on top of my game.
But that's what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, this is just a rope-a-dope. Like he's willing you in with this calm attitude, and then when you get there, that's it. He'll hit you with
it's all like a trick.
Yeah,
Cunning.
No, you just got the two sides of the coin though. It's good.
I was gonna say, I felt like the Sounds on Emotions dancing. It felt like when someone comes out first day of the season and wins 4-0. That's kind of like the vibe I got of it. I was like, cool, we've done our pre-season, we're ready to go.
I would say more is the champions coming and you're getting the guard of honor, and then coming and you're like, yeah, this is it, we're in. Respect us.
That's before the season starts.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, like.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Set the tone. Yeah.
So we've got another tune to jump into next. This one is Yourselves alongside Ocean Wisdom. It goes by the name of Numbers on the Brain. So we're going to jump into this one now and then get into a bit of a discussion about it afterwards. This is great fun. Out to everyone locked in right about now at KXVU, at Duke Skywalks, at Trickstar Radio, at fs&hg, I believe it is, on the socials.
Frankie Stew and Harvey Gunn, yeah.
There we go. Right, keep it locked, people. Don't go anywhere. And stay, keep it locked.
This is Breakfast with KXVU, bringing you their morning flavours on Trickstar Radio.
Trickstar Radio.